The technique that I use is a 5-minute funeral. And I learned this from one of my good friends, Levi. He said, look, man, whether it's accountability or it's a mistake or it's failure, I give you permission to have a 5-minute funeral. That's it. So for 5 minutes, if I'm pissed at the world, if I'm frustrated, if I'm angry at myself, if I'm mad at Matt for whatever, you got 5 minutes to go complain about it. And when the funeral's done, you better get back up on the horse, take a look again at the goals, and you better start being disciplined. And I love that. It's really been helpful in shaping who I am as an individual. The other part is I've just learned from the series of failures that I've had. And so it's either the pain of the game that's going to motivate you, or it's potentially the pain of the loss. And Matt, I'll never forget a moment. We were in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We were playing in a shootout in the regional semifinals. By the way, I don't think an Idaho team had ever made it to the finals. And Matt had gone up. He made his PK. He's awesome. He's an amazing soccer player, crushes it in the back of the net. And here comes the fifth shooter. His name happened to be Jared Larson, and that's me. And all I had to do was make the shot from 12 yards out with a goalie to win the game. And I missed it. And if you remember what happened next, Matt, we went into sudden death, our sixth shooter, and our sixth shooter missed, and they won the game. And I remember that failure. And for the longest time, I beat the crap out of myself up, man. I was like, this is horrible. But I also said, what can I do to improve and to learn and get better from that? And it's prepare yourself. And so I think that I've just kind of created this insatiable desire to have discipline in all areas of my life, so that I can continue to progress and get better.
I love it. So here's the deal with agents and advisors. We have to have self-accountability, and we have to or have someone help keep us accountable. When you're first starting in the business and you're trying to find customers, there's accountability on calls, or maybe it's following up on leads, or maybe it's a seminar where you have to like practice a seminar and get better at it and make it to a point where you can get it passed to be good enough. But there has got to be some sort of accountability for agents and advisors. And Jared, as you've worked with and looked at agents and advisors, what would be your blanket advice to helping agents and advisors meet their goals through accountability? What would you tell them to do?
Yeah, first I want to go to the mindset of why doesn't somebody want accountability? Right? Why would somebody not want accountability? And some of the answers that may come to your mind or come to my mind is, well, I don't need someone to do that. I don't need someone to tell me that. Like I'm doing good enough as it is. But really what accountability drives is if your perspective is a big brother's looking over my shoulder, it's probably going to be painful, right? I don't need anybody looking over my shoulder. But if the mindset truly comes from, I want to grow and I need to hire the coach, similar to like we had on our last episode, Matt, where we were talking to Jed Morley, the branding specialist, you got to hire a coach. That coach is intended to help you stay accountable. And so what I would say to anybody that's listening, agents and advisors alike, let me share one area that I think is super intriguing to me: lead generation. Right? Like we finally arrived. Whether you're a new agent or not, new agents struggle because they got to be making calls and they got to be beating the bushes and be out there finding new creative ways to lead generate, to get new people. The seasoned veterans, they become comfortable in what their processes and their systems are, and we can become complacent. Both need accountability in their life. My advice would be understand the habits that you need. Don't determine whether it's hard or easy. Take a true honest look at where you are. Understand where you want to be, define the habits that are going to be required to get you there, whether they're hard or whether they're easy, and then commit to doing those habits consistently. And I know that when we set goals and we do that step alone, it's not good enough. The second piece: who is going to be able to hold you accountable? Who is going to be your accountability partner? And I will tell you where I see a lot of people fail is they choose accountability partners like their wife or their husband or a really good friend. And Matt, you said something earlier that just really got me. I loved it. Is look, if you're an accountability partner, you need to be honest too. You need to be, if Matt came to me and asked me to be an accountability partner, is it good for me to say, you know what, Matt, it's okay that you haven't hit your numbers for 25 weeks? Or do we need to be honest? So one is defining those habits, committing to them consistently. Number two is finding the right accountability partner who will be candid and clear and honest with you. And then number three is start doing. Don't wait, start doing.
So I wish we had like a panel of advisors here, except like who holds you accountable? I'd love to hear the answers. For me, there's one person in our office, Gina Fuller. She's she does everything from office manager. She's a multi-talented person, and we have a staff of about 6 people now, and 4 different advisors, including myself. But Gina, hands down, is the one that holds me accountable. And I would say that there are certain activities and things that I need to do.